There's some people that have not trusted in any sense Jesus, and they need to start a relationship with him. Use Abraham and how Paul uses Abraham to illustrate how you can put your trust in Jesus.
You know, it's interesting that when you look at the Bible's storyline, you discover that the Apostle Paul in the book of Romans and Galatians talks about Abraham as being our father. What he's really speaking about there, he says clearly in Romans that Abraham was justified by faith. 15th chapter of the book of Genesis, he goes outside, God shows him the stars, and it says, "And Abraham believed God, and it was credited to him for righteousness." This is so pivotal, so important that there are many people listening for whom this could be an entire game changer. Their whole life could be changed if they understand this. Abraham was not justified because of his works, because he built an altar, because he tried to follow God. He believed God, and God credited righteousness to him. This righteousness was not inherent within Abraham. It wasn't a matter of Abraham saying, "God, here's my righteousness, take it." It was a matter of God saying, "I'll give you my righteousness as a free gift if you trust me." Now, what Abraham trusted, it was different than what we trust, because the content of his faith was different. It was whether or not he would believe that his seed would be multiplied. The content of our faith today is Jesus Christ, but the principle is the same. We receive righteousness which is not our own. It is credited to us as a gift. You know, one day a rapist wrote to me from jail, terrible crime. He said, "Do you think that God could forgive me?" I said, "Oh yes, God can forgive you." He said, "But I've committed such a great evil." Yes, it is great evil. But I told him to visualize two trails. One was very messy, and the other trail was rather well traveled. But I said, "I want you to visualize a blanket of snow that covers both. You can't tell the difference." When we receive the righteousness of Jesus Christ, it can cover any sin. As David said, "Blessed is he whose transgression is forgiven, whose sin is covered." God covered Abraham's sin because Abraham believed God. And Jesus stands ready today to cover our sin if we believe in him and the sacrifice that he gave. Like a blanket of snow, it covers our sin. That is the good news of the gospel.